We are pleased to confer the Honorary Doctor of Laws degree today. X'emanelie Antoine, would you please present the honorary degree candidate? Hereditary Chief Burt XEMXIMELEៈCharles.
I am truly honored to be able to do this, and all morning I've been in tears. The opportunity to do this is a huge honor, and I feel very humbled. Royal Roads University has the great honor today of conferring the degree of Doctor of Laws on Hereditary Chief Burt, and Lee, please forgive me for mispronouncing, and Burt XEMXIMELEៈCharles, a man whose life over 6 decades has exemplified the pursuit of justice, understanding, and reconciliation. On behalf of Chief Ron Sam and Chief Edward Thomas, they also send their congratulations as well. XEMXIMELEៈ, I consider you my grandfather. You've been a true, amazing man in my life for the time I've known you. Levina, my grandmother. For Scia'new people, for British Columbian, and for all of Canada, the history of colonialism in this country has entailed countless injustices, and among them is a force of impossible choices on families. For grandfathers, for grandmothers, great uncles, XEMXIMELEഃ, grandmother and great uncle who raised him. The choice they faced was between their traditional way of life and his education. And they took a boy and raised in his ancestral traditions, language, and way of life, a boy born into a line of hereditary chiefs who was providing deer meat at the age of 11. And I know what hunting and that task, so at the age of 11, is a huge, huge task. And they moved him to the Songhees Reserve to be near the city. A few years later, he faced his own impossible choice: leave school or endure a daily diet of racism and abuse from both teachers and students. For Burt, that meant, at the age of 15, working as a laborer for Victoria Coal Company. But he wasn't someone who would settle for lesser of 2 poor choices, not for very long. In addition, he was elected for Scia'new Council in 1958 and was then elected chief in 1967. It was a pivotal time for relations between First Nations and the Canadian government. Just a few years after his election, Pierre Trudeau and Jean Chrétien unveiled a white paper titled Statement of the Government of Canada. Let me say that again. Statement of the Government of Canada on Indian Policy. It was a sweeping attempt at assimilation, an agenda for repealing treaties, restricting land claims, and turning reserves into municipalities. To Chief Charles and many like him, it was an unacceptable assault on Indigenous identity and legal status. So, Hereditary Chief Charles helped found the Union of British Columbia Indian Chiefs. They campaigned hard against the white paper, and in an extraordinary political victory, they convinced the Trudeau government to back down. The campaign helped spark renaissance of Indigenous voices that continue to this day. Grandfather would hold the elected position for chief for more than 2 decades. He worked tirelessly so the people of Scia'new First Nations would have a better choice. And I want to acknowledge some of the members of Scia'new Nation sitting in our audience today to witness this. He brought in electricity and running water. He took on the province and won critical improvements to the road through Reserve 1, leading a new marina and campground. He convinced the provincial and federal governments to allow councils to negotiate with the banks and the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, which led to new homes built on the reserve. Chief Charles' work has been a true partnership with his wife, the teacher, language holder, elder, old one, Levinia Charles, Lee, who we all know her as. Together, Lee and Burt have lived a lifetime of leadership and courage, no more so than when they enrolled their eldest daughter, the late Nadine Charles, in public school. It was one of the first crucial cracks in the educational segregation of Indigenous children across the country. We have all learned and gained so much because of Burt's invaluable contributions over decades. Chief Charles, grandfather, this degree is so much more than honorary. It recognizes a lifetime of your contributions to knowledge, insight, and community among and between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people. You have given us a durable foundation of shared understanding, one that we have profound responsibility to build and live up to. Today's degree recognizes your wisdom, your courage, and our gratitude that you have shared with them, with us, and that you and Lee share them with us as members of our university, our elders, our old ones, the Heron People Circle, and I am grateful and appreciate your love for that. For this example of leadership of Scia'new, British Columbians, and all Canadians, for the bridges of understanding and respect he has built, you have built, is my honor to present Hereditary Burt Charles for the degree of Doctor of Laws. I also want to conclude. The eagle feather that you hold is also, I would like anyone who's on stage to hold up your eagle feather. Hold them high. You are now connected with each and every one of us. These are eagle feathers harvested to stay connected with you. Thank you. Kleko, kleko, haichkasiem. I do now want to call up, is it Dr. Chancellor?
Thank you, Asma. Hereditary Chief Burt XEMXIMELEៈCharles, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Royal Roads University Act, and in accordance with the recommendation of the Board of Governors of Royal Roads University, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and honors here and elsewhere thereto appertaining. Hereditary Chief Burt XEMXIMELEៈCharles will now be hooded by Dr. Steve Grundy, Vice President, Academic, and Provo. President Philip Steenkamp. I think we can safely say that's one honorary degree that is well accepted by the community. President Philip Steenkamp will now present Dr. XEMXIMELEៈCharles with his degree.
What an honor to stand here in front of you. I'd like to call down the members of our drum group and the members of our community from Beecher Bay, Scia'new, the Salmon people. Come on down, please. Here they come.
Charles, ladies and gentlemen, the youth drum group from the Scia'new Nation, not only the youth, but the elders that have come with us. It is an honor and a pleasure here to come and sing a song for our beloved Salkwan, our elder of our reserve. And this song comes from here to our beloved teacher, one of our books, libraries in our reserve. And everything that he has taught us, we've passed down to our younger generation, just like at Royal Roads, the teachers that we have passing down. And we do this in our native cultural way. And the song that we are going to sing is called the Hereditary song. If some of you know the song, feel free to join in and sing with us. It is a nice, easy song to sing. And my dear elder, it really comes from here to you and your thoughtless for everything that you've brought out and shared with us and taught us. It is really appreciated, and to see you receive this honor that you've received today from all of our younger generation, our future, the legacy, the teachings, and we look forward and honored to carry all of that teachings on with you. Hereditary.
It's my great pleasure to now call on Dr. Burt XEMXIMELEៈCharles to deliver today's convocation address.
Okay, now.
Thank the people for what they did for you, and it was all a surprise.
I would like to thank the people that have come to witness the ceremony today. And I'd also like to thank Royal Roads and the people involved that have honored me. This is something I wasn't expecting because I wasn't allowed in schools in my days. But now I am very honored to be recognized as a leader of my community. And I have a lot to thank my eldest daughter, who passed away a while ago. She wrote everything down about my life and passed it on to Royal Roads here. And they went through it and honored me here today, and I appreciate it very much. I raise my hands to the people of Royal Roads, and I raise my hands to the people that are here to witness these things.
Kleko, kleko, haichkasiem. Thank you, everyone, for letting us taking the time to do some additional ceremony. Enjoy the rest of your morning.